We're told that alcohol gives us all of this stuff, right? It gives us relief, it provides connection, it helps us have fun. But what if the opposite is actually true? What if instead of adding to your life, alcohol is actually quietly stealing from it? I feel like that's why so many of us turn to alcohol because the picture we're given is not the truth. It's not what actually happens. Welcome to the Shannon McCabe Show, where we break free from our drink-obsessed culture, challenge the myths around alcohol, and redefine sobriety as the empowering choice it truly is. I'm Shannon McCabe, sober coach, holistic nutritionist, and your guide to a life that feels better without booze. Whether you're newly sober, sober curious, or years into this journey, this podcast is here to give you the truth about alcohol, the tools to build lasting confidence, and the hope that a vibrant, fulfilling life is waiting for you on the other side. So grab your coffee or sparkling water and let's dive in. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Shannon McCabe Show. Today, I am really excited to chat with you about this topic, and we're going to be talking about what alcohol steals, what alcohol takes that I feel like people don't talk about enough, the hidden costs of drinking that a lot of people don't talk about. We're told that alcohol gives us all of this stuff, right? It gives us relief, it provides connection, it helps us have fun. But what if the opposite is actually true? What if instead of adding to your life, alcohol is actually quietly stealing from it? Stealing your time and your energy and your health and your confidence and your whole peace of mind. I want to talk about these hidden costs of drinking that most people don't warn you about. I know I was never warned about it. I feel like that's why so many of us turn to alcohol, because the picture we're given is not the truth. It's not what actually happens. So today I want to challenge the common belief that alcohol gives us something, whether it's fun or relaxation or connection. And I want to help you flip the script to show you how alcohol is actually taking more than it provides. By the end of this talk, I'm hoping that you'll be able to connect the dots and see that your drinking habits are probably tied to the parts of your life that feel a little bit off. So let's start with the illusion of what alcohol gives us. Because all around us, everywhere, society tells us that alcohol equals fun or relaxation or stress relief or social connection, right? Like we see this everywhere. It's in every TV show, it's in movies, it's all over social media, right? I still can't believe the amount of the reels I see that make it seem like an innocent, fun pastime to turn to alcohol for everything. But what many women don't realize is how much alcohol is actually taking, even though your life still looks put together. So we think that we're just unwinding at the end of the day. We think that we're having fun with the girls. We think that we're just enjoying a romantic date night. But in reality, we're losing sleep. We're losing our patience. We're losing our energy. We're losing our ability to be fully present. And at the same time, I think we're more anxious and more stressed out than we ever have been before. So let's talk about what alcohol is actually stealing from us. I call these the 5 hidden costs of drinking, okay? So number 1 is your time. How many hours have you lost to drinking or feeling sluggish the next day, dealing with anxiety and hangovers, or obsessing over whether or not to drink? How many hours have you given to alcohol, even if you're not actually drinking? Like, how many hours are spent planning your drinking or recovering from drinking or trying not to drink? How many hours do you maybe not even remember because of your drinking? So the next hidden cost of drinking is your energy and your motivation. the fatigue, the lack of drive, the way alcohol just kills your momentum. Do you find it harder and harder to do even just the simple things in your life? The little things that you know need to get done, but are starting to feel bigger and bigger than they ever used to. And then what about the bigger things that are becoming harder and harder to do? Do you feel less momentum, less ability to get things done, whether it's at home, at work, wherever, everywhere? Next, let's talk about your confidence and your self-trust. This is the third hidden cost of drinking. Are you breaking promises to yourself and waking up feeling guilty, feeling like you're failing at controlling your drinking? What about all the time and energy that you're giving to this internal dialogue or this self-talk that's mostly negative, right? The feelings of shame and guilt and regret that seem to be just like a running theme inside of your head when it comes to your drinking, especially if you feel like you actually have it together in every other area of your life. But when it comes to drinking, it's just like you can't figure this out. This is the one thing that makes you feel less than. It makes you feel not capable. It's chipping away at your confidence and at your ability to trust yourself. How about another angle? Think about it this way. Do you feel like you don't know how to socialize without drinking? Or worried that you're not fun enough or funny enough or cool enough or social enough if you don't drink before or during events or gatherings, whether it's something for work, whether it's just hanging out with your friends or the neighbors or your family? What about your self-confidence and your self-worth, especially as far as others are concerned? How much is that tied to needing to drink? I know that asking ourselves these questions can be really uncomfortable, but it's super important to think about this and to start talking about it, because these are ways that alcohol is affecting how you feel about yourself, how you show up in your life. It's costing you moments. It's costing you physical and emotional energy. It's affecting your relationship with yourself, but also affecting your relationship with other people. All right, number 4, the next hidden cost of drinking, you guys. What about your hormones and your mental health? Alcohol has such a massively profound effect on our anxiety, our mood swings, our stress, and yes, our hormones and hormonal imbalances. So if you've ever woken up feeling anxious after drinking, even if nothing bad happened, like even if it wasn't maybe one of your worst drinking nights, or there wasn't an incident that feels like a, quote unquote bad night, but you still wake up just feeling like anxious and unsettled and maybe even, kind of full of dread. You guys, that's not just in your head. And it's not a coincidence. Alcohol disrupts your stress hormones. It depletes essential nutrients that your body needs to function. It throws off your brain's ability to regulate your mood and emotions, which is why our anxiety spikes after we drink, and which is why we feel so much more irritable and feel like we are on that emotional roller coaster, just going up and down after we drink. And for us women, unfortunately, alcohol hits us harder than it hits men, especially as we age. So it messes with our hormones. And this shows up by making our PMS even worse, by making perimenopause even worse, by making any hormonal imbalance even worse. This is a huge piece of the puzzle, you guys. And we'll dive deeper into just specifically hormones in a future episode, because there's so much here that needs to be unpacked and needs to be talked about. But trust me, it's something that like you need to know and you need to think about, because this is an area that we have been so hugely misled about. This is information that we're not told. And so when we fall for the narrative that drinking is just an innocent pastime or an innocent, harmless way to unwind and relax, nothing could be farther than the truth, actually. But right now, I just want you to know that alcohol absolutely has a really lasting negative impact on our hormones and our mental health. And unfortunately, it only gets worse as we get older. And yeah, you can say like that sucks and it's not fair, but I mean, it is what it is, you guys. Making our peace with it and taking responsibility for our choices then are the next logical step, right? What if you could finally break free from the constant cycle of drinking, quitting, bargaining with yourself, and actually build a life that feels calm and clear and deeply aligned with who you want to be? I created the alcohol-free blueprint for women who are ready to stop trying to moderate and start feeling confident and steady and fully present in their life again. This program isn't just about quitting drinking. It's about taking back your energy and your mindset and your wellness and your freedom. Inside the blueprint, I'll walk you step by step through the tools, mindset shifts, and support systems that actually help you change for good. You'll learn how to handle cravings, rebuild your habits, feel stronger in your body, and navigate all of life's ups and downs without alcohol. And you'll have full access to over 45 video lessons, journaling prompts, live coaching, and community support. So you never have to do this alone. One of my clients, let's call her Sarah, came to me after years of trying to control her drinking. She told me, I finally feel free. I'm not constantly thinking about drinking anymore. I have energy again, and I actually like myself. And that's just the kind of change we're after. Most of my clients are excited to no longer be a drinker after just 30 days inside the blueprint. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start living the life alcohol has been holding you back from, head to the link in the show notes or go find me over on Instagram. I would love to help you take this next step. Okay, so let's talk about the last hidden cost of alcohol. And that is our relationships and our connection, you guys. Alcohol tricks us into thinking that it helps us connect. And this is one way that society has done us a massive, massive disservice. And one way that the big alcohol companies and their like fancy marketing really, really tricks us into thinking that alcohol is necessary and that it's innocent. Because how often do we see in TVs, movies, even just commercials, alcohol is this like magical thing that makes us funnier, makes us sexier, makes any occasion just the ultimate, right? It's the guys having fun with their beers at a sporting event. It's the women, sitting around the sophisticated wine for girls' night out, like all of it. Alcohol and alcohol marketing 100% has tricked us into thinking that we need it to connect with our friends and our partners and our family or even ourselves, right? The way we've been led to believe that the ultimate mom relaxation is like drinking alone on the couch, that we need alcohol to truly celebrate ourselves or reward ourselves. When reality, you guys, is that alcohol slowly pulls us farther away from all of it and everyone. The more we turn to alcohol for comfort or stress relief or to help us feel more at ease in social situations, the more we need it. Because that's actually how brain chemistry works. That's what alcohol does to our brain over time. So the more we use it to feel connected, the more we have to use it to feel connected. And so over time, we stop reaching for other real connections or real things that bring us joy. And instead we reach for a drink. Or we think that a drink is necessary and becomes like a non-negotiable part of things like a night with the girls or a weekend away or date night. But before we know it, what happens is that we're actually more disconnected than we've ever been from ourselves or from the people in our lives that we care about. And this shows up, you guys, this is probably actually happening to you already and you don't even realize it, because what this looks like is rushing through bedtime stories with your kids to get back to your wine. I know that one might feel like a gut punch right away, you guys, but I did it for years. And I believed that it was innocent, and I believed it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's a huge deal. This also looks like that ultimate mom reward that we've been fooled into believing is innocent, of like staying up late after everyone else has gone to bed for more me time, more alone time, that's really just sitting on the couch and either doom scrolling on our phone while we drink, or getting lost in mindless TV, or probably watching something you've seen 100 times before, but just doing it again because it's an excuse to sit there and drink. Or maybe it even looks like avoiding certain events or gatherings because there won't be alcohol, or what you deem to be enough alcohol, right? How many times have we done that? Kind of scoffed at maybe an event for our kids that's not going to have alcohol there. Or we find ourselves thinking that we need to or want to pregame before we go meet people or go out, making sure that we have enough alcohol for when we get home after something, because it has become this like non-negotiable for all of our events and all of our connections. And what does it say if when we think we're connecting, we're hanging out with our friends, our family, people that might be some of the most important people of our lives, doing what we claim is like the most fun we've ever had. But then the next day, you can't actually even remember it. We don't remember the conversations that we had. We don't remember what we talked about. We might remember the laughter, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, I did this so many times. We remember the laughter. Maybe we even remember the argument, or remember the fighting, or remember the tears, but we don't actually remember what it was about. Is that really connecting? We've been told that it is. It's been so normalized, but when you stop and step back and think about it, like how is that connection? How is that adding value to these relationships? So you guys, I know that questioning these things can feel really, really uncomfortable. I get it. Like sometimes this stuff, like I have visceral reactions. Like it made my skin crawl to start asking these questions, because it's part of it. It can feel like you're pulling at a thread and you don't know how long you're going to pull or what's going to unravel if you start asking these questions and start digging in. And when we start really looking at how alcohol has shaped the way you relax, the way you have fun, the way you can connect with others, it can bring up a lot. It can bring up doubt and fear and even resistance. Like I know for me, these very questions, thinking about all of this stuff I just mentioned, is what just kept me stuck in drinking for a long time, because I was afraid of what I would uncover. I was afraid of finding out the answers to these questions. And another part of it too is you might be wondering, like, if alcohol really does take all of this from us, if it really is so bad and causes so many problems, then why is it everywhere? Why is it everywhere? Why is it shoved down our throats, like quite literally at every single turn? These are really big questions, you guys, and they are uncomfortable. Like there's no two ways about it. And the fact that you're even willing to ask them, the fact that we can even have this conversation, it means that awareness is growing. It means that the seed has been planted, which is such a huge thing. And so I'm here to just really gently but lovingly encourage you to don't be afraid to ask these questions. Don't be afraid to even talk to yourself about the answers. Lean in to what feels a little uncomfortable or really uncomfortable. You don't have to have all the answers today. You're not going to. Some things you might figure out right away. Other things take time. But don't be afraid of digging into this. Just keep listening. Keep asking questions. Keep just staying curious. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others for the thoughts that you have or for what you ponder or for the questions that come up. but just stay curious. Stay open to the idea that maybe there's some things you haven't known up until now about alcohol, and that's okay. We can learn new things. It doesn't have to be bad or scary to learn new information, even about alcohol. And know for sure that you're absolutely in the right place to do this, because we're going to keep unpacking all of this stuff together, one step at a time. I am here for you while we do that. Okay? Once you start to question alcohol's role in your life, it's really hard to unsee it. It's really hard to stick your head back in the sand and not be aware of what you've become aware of. You're going to start noticing the patterns, and you're going to start to see the way that it really does take more than it gives to you, the way that it subtracts rather than adds value to your life, the way that it honestly keeps you stuck. And that right there is the real wake-up call, you guys. And again, it's not necessarily easy, and it might not feel great, but don't run away from it. Don't assume that it's bad. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to shift and to grow a little bit, maybe. Because this is the thing, you guys. You don't have to wait, or you don't have to have a big, dramatic rock bottom to change your relationship with alcohol. It can be as simple as realizing that alcohol isn't actually adding anything of real value to your life. It can be about asking yourself, what is alcohol actually giving me? And also, what is it taking away? Is it taking more than it's giving? Because here's the thing, I've said this before, you guys, and I'm going to say it again. You don't have to wait for things to get worse. You don't have to keep moving the line that you've drawn in the sand and wait for something worse to happen. You don't have to keep ignoring that nagging feeling in the back of your mind, that voice that's telling you something should change. Like, you don't have to keep ignoring that. Regardless of what people around you are saying, regardless of what you think everybody else is doing, regardless of what society loves to make us believe is true about alcohol, you can just decide to change. At any moment, even right now, you can just decide to stop letting alcohol take things from you. You can stop letting alcohol steal your energy and mess with your mind and mess with your relationships. You can just admit that even if maybe up until recently you thought it was worth it, maybe now it's just not worth it anymore. You don't have to wait for it to look or feel worse than it does right now. If this is hitting home for you, if this is landing, if this feels like it's helping some things click, even if it also feels like it's like, oh man, what does this mean though? Like, what happens now? If you're really starting to see alcohol in a new light, you guys, just know that that awareness is a good thing. It means that you're waking up. It means that you're waking up to the truth, and that's okay. Because on the other side of that truth is so much freedom, you guys. So much ease, so much peace of mind, but ultimately just so much freedom. Sobriety isn't about giving up the good stuff. It's not about giving up fun or giving up connection or not being able to relax or not being able to unwind. It's about getting back everything that alcohol has quietly been taking from you. It's about realizing and relearning how to do and how to have all of those things on your own. It's about reminding yourself and reteaching yourself how to do those without needing alcohol. It's about remembering and rediscovering that you are fun on your own. You can have fun on your own. You can feel connected to the important people in your life. Maybe, most likely, even more connected without alcohol. Just let the possibility linger. Lean in to the questioning, lean into the awareness, and remember for sure that you're not alone. You're not the only one doing this. You've landed in the right place if you're asking these questions. All right. If this is something that you are ready to explore more, if you really are ready to ask some more of these questions and figure out what your life could look like and could feel like without alcohol having its tentacles in every single part of who you are and what you do, you guys, I'm here to help you, and I'd love to. The Alcohol-Free Blueprint is where I walk you through this process step by step. It's where I help you ask these questions more detailed into your life specifically and help you untangle the answers that you come up with. So you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to sit and wonder, well, what next? What do I do? What does life look like without alcohol? I take you through everything that I did to remove alcohol from my life and then to actually create a day-to-day life that feels so good, we just don't even need or want alcohol anymore. I'd love to chat with you about it. I'd love for you to check it out. You can find all of the details in the show notes. If this landed for you, if this resonates, I'd love to hear about it in the comments or hop on over to Instagram and send me a DM. I always love chatting with you guys. That's it for today's episode. If this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And if you're loving the show, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a quick review. It helps others find this message and start their own journey to freedom. Until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep believing in what's possible, and remember, you are so much stronger than you think.